called in
to Box and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these stuff.
because they know the brews.
And they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, cause shit's not funny.
Save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks and brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews.
Welcome back to Bucks and Brews. Nick, we have a guest today.
We do. I'm super excited.
You want to introduce our guest?
Joining us tonight, the eye
People may
candy.
have forgotten who I am by now.
They might have.
The eye candy, the one and only Mr. Michael Benson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Mike, I haven't been able to tell you in person. Thank you for the beers that you've been sponsoring us with. We really appreciate those.
There might be one coming up for you when I come up on Tuesday or Monday.
I will be. You're coming up on Christmas.
The days.
Yeah,
I'll talk about it here in a little bit.
I'm going on vacation.
Well, that's fine. This will be more
I'm-
for
I'm-
when you.
Serving an eviction in the courts at 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning,
And then out of here.
and then I'm leaving. so my wife was like, "Well, the stuff packed. I'll have the $55. I will do done gone."
So you did a favor for us the other day,
It did, yeah.
and John and I want to do something special for you. I don't know what we owe you. You'll have to let me know.
Oh yeah.
But we want to do something special for you.
All right.
So she sent me on a little mission to Rishi's.
Oh, now we're talking.
So I have crafted you a personalized 6-pack from Dawn and myself at Break Room Therapy.
Thanks so much.
Because we were talking about personalizing things to people you care about.
Right.
So I want you to go through each one of these beers and just give me your thoughts if you've never had it, if you've had it, what.
Yeah.
So
I'm
here you go, my friend. I hope you enjoy it.
Advent calendar.
Thank you so
from-
much. Ooh, I fucking love Boulevard. Wisconsin. It was one of my favorite places to stop.
Before you get into it, I'm just going to list what I
Yeah.
have tonight. I have the Live Wire Hard Mountain Dew again, and then from Oddside, I have an After Dinner Mint.
Ooh, this is going to be a fun night for me. This is really fun, actually. This is really cool. So I want to talk about this Boulevard, the whiskey barrel stout. It's a barrel aged, fantastic freaking beer. I'm probably going to start with this because I absolutely love this beer.
I knew you would like it, whether you had it or not.
All right, so this one's really fun. If you guys remember from last year, my mom sponsored me for Bucks and Brews with a Christmas gift, and it was Mobcraft. And so now I have a full size can of Mobcraft Brewing. Low funk radberry fruited sour ale with
sounds
raspberries and
fun.
ginger. Ooh,
I
That should be
went for
fun.
things I knew you would like.
yeah, that could be fun. I love Lagunitas.
I knew you do.
I freaking love
I
Lagunitas.
know.
Yeah, Island Beats tropical IPA. Yes, this sounds amazing.
Okay, first three before you get to the next one.
Yeah.
I've hit a home run right off the first three. haven't
Yeah, I see. I've never had this one because
Uh-huh.
this wasn't in my mixed variety pack. Yeah, no, this is
I?
great.
Well, I don't know how you feel about Lagunitas, so I was like, "Oh, I got to get this one."
Say it. I was wasted when I went to that brewery. Just wasted. Brooklyn brand Bel Air Sour dry hop sour ale. I've never had this. This sounds amazing. And it's funny because a lot of the sours and things are gonna have fruit in them and stuff, but most people don't understand. Like I just love like a dry hop sour, like or
Mhm.
something
Yeah.
just as it is, right? So it's generic. I want the base taste, and then we can go from there. So yes, this is really awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna have a freaking yes.
You know why I picked that one,
Yeah,
don't
I
you?
say I've had this beer. Of course, I've had this beer. They have the Wolverine party too, but from Big Lake Brewing here in Holland, Michigan, not far from us. It's the Sparty Party, a juicy New England IPA. This beer is fun. We're Michigan and Michigan State fans here in Michigan. I'm a Michigan State fan. So of course this is a fun one for me. And Oddside After Dinner Mint, which is a fantastic beer.
Have you had it?
Yes.
I have not. I saw it, and I'm like, I'm buying that for Nick, and then I'm like, fuck it, I'm buying one for me too.
And then it's funny because this is hands down. If I had to pick, somebody put me on the spot. Hey, what's your favorite brewery? Boom, there it is. Oddside is my favorite brewery.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you say,
Mike, can I have that?
this is really, it's going to be really hard because I'm going to save this one because I told myself I was starting with this because this is a great beer. ages well, drinks well. I don't know how long they age it in the barrel, but it is I mean, it's 11.8. It is a fantastic beer.
I went 2 stouts, 2 sours,
Yeah.
and 2 IPAs.
Oh, say thank you. No, it's great. I'm super. We have a Bucks and Brews bottle opener. For some reason, my ring doesn't work anymore.
Because you lost so much weight.
Yeah, say, dude, it might be. Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. Oh, smell that. That is what dreams are
that's good.
made of. Very, very excited. So, tonight's episode, I'm really excited about. I know you are as well.
I am.
Drinking
Oh,
We do want to know what you
Let's
are
say-
drinking, Mike. Don't worry.
Mike.
this. Again, no label to show, so I just got it in my brewery tray. Cozy. This is a homemade mead. Corey, who used to be one of the people who slung beer at Apoptosis, but they decided they had to get rid of their and just be there themselves and do everything because it was costing too much money to pay employees. But he makes his own meats, and I've had a couple of them before. There was a guy who he had given me a 4-pack to that was there at Apoptosis yesterday when I popped in, and he didn't like it very much, so I said, "Well, I'll take it." And
Yeah.
Worst case, I'll finish one, bring one up to you, and
Yeah.
find.
I went on a beer tour this past Friday.
Mhm.
Yeah. Holy cow, it's Wednesday.
It is.
And so I took a night off of bowling. One of my becoming newer friends, guy in my daughter's class. It was funny because we'd been drinking and honesty comes out when you're drinking.
Of course.
And he's, the first thing he's like, "Oh, I looked at you and I was intimidated." And I was like, I know all these parents are, right? Like I'm a 6'1", just massive man, right? Like big beard, like people are. And so that's why I usually am the person to engage.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to, and it was like, once you said drinking, I was like, yep, we could be friends. And so I took him on a big beer tour here, and not big. It was, we went to Adesanya Mead, right in Granville there.
Yeah.
Went to Two Guys Brewing.
Yep.
Yep. Went to Founders, of course, because that's Grand Rapids' big claim to fame. Then went to New Holland's Knickerbocker.
Yeah.
So
Love the Knickerbocker.
Yep. And then then went to Jolly Pumpkin, which is across the street, and then ended up at oh man, what's this? The meadery that's right next door. Anyway, we went to a meadery. Say I should know it because we're gonna have him on as a guest, which is horrible for me. But yeah, so and then we had such a good night, had fun, just drank one or two beers at each place and had a good night doing it. So
I have a quick story before we get into this.
Yeah.
Because you just said big scary guy.
yeah.
So we had customers last night at the last session. They get done and they said to Dawn, "Yeah, we haven't been here since the old spot over there when the big bouncer guy owned it." Dawn goes, "What? Yeah, that big bouncer guy. Did you buy it from him?" She goes, "No, that's my husband." And they're like, "Oh, well, did you take it over from him?" She goes,
It's been
no.
my business all along.
Say,
She goes, "This is my business." He helps. So yeah, it was one of the times that I was running the place over there because I did run it over there a lot.
yeah.
And he just assumed that I was the owner and she bought it from me.
I say it's Arctos. Sorry.
Yes, I
Arctos
know that
Meadery. Yep. But yeah, and that's what we're talking about tonight is a bunch of beers. Again, thank you so much. This is
You're very welcome.
this is fantastic.
I'm glad you like it. You'll have to thank Dawn on the way out.
Yeah,
but
I will.
I picked him up Monday
Yeah.
and I'm sitting there.
Hard not to drink them. Say
That's why I had to buy the after dinner mint because I saw that. I'm like, Nick can't be the only one drinking this.
holiday 5-pack. Because we are Bucks and Brews.
We are.
And we love this episode, hands down, because we get to look back at our previous year and talk about what our best things were, what our least favorites type of a thing were.
Well, Mr. Michael here, he's like, I haven't been on in so long. I don't even remember what you guys talked about this year.
There's a lot of times that we forget.
In all honesty, I was looking at the list the other day and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You're going to do the same thing in a
Oh,
minute.
of course I will.
So stuff that I thought happened in 2022 that had happened in 2021.
Yeah, so we look forward to giving you guys a year in review of what we do, what we've had, and look forward to what we're coming up with for next year. So, and we figured year in review, apparently, let's have the year in with Mike being here. So
Correct.
I'm really excited about that.
So the first episode we did last year is a guest that's going to return soon.
Okay.
One of our all-time favorite guests, Tribs.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, that was our first episode.
So we did
yes.
Tribs for Mickey's Marvels. He talked about the podcast that he used to do, and we need to send him a message.
I have 11 days to finish a Star Trek.
Yeah, you're not going to do it.
I've started none of them, and I have Christmas.
Watch a movie.
I think I will. I'm going to try to watch a movie for him just to say, hey, I made an effort. Granted, it took me a full year to make the effort, but and dude,
Dave, did you make the effort at all either?
I watched like 4 or 5 episodes of Enterprise. I liked it. It was good.
you know,
I never made the effort.
he did give us the challenge, so I do feel bad, but you know, it's hard for me to commit that much. I mean, I'm watching Monk right now, right, with my wife, and that's long too. So, but I love Monk. I think it's
A
great.
lot of episodes of that one.
Yeah. I say that no, Tribs is a fantastic guy. We've had him join us a couple times.
Yeah, he wants to come in and talk about going to Star Trek convention,
Okay.
and he knows that you've done your first convention, which he joined right after
Yeah.
that one. But a lot of fun with Tribs. We did our second episode was the year in review,
Yeah.
so we did it after the first of the year. This time we're doing it at the end.
Yeah.
And then something we do every year. It's a new year. What do we do?
New year, new you, start a budget, baby.
Yeah.
So I guarantee it's a budgeting episode.
This is an interesting one to me because he went out of business.
Oh, Jordan
from Charlie's Treasures.
Wow. Yeah. That was and that was a hot episode.
It was.
It did well. A lot of people are still doing pallets, and I'd love to have him on just to talk about what went wrong.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that, you know,
We have ideas.
one of the big things is like, and I've loved it because it's because of my Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
right? I've been sharing a lot of my negative, what's happening in my life of real estate and how I'm being treated and how I'm doing things. And now it's funny because I have a buddy who's like, hey, you know, I love to be transparent. Here it is. These are the numbers. I have another friend, and I'm like, man, these guys are coming out of their comfort zone, and like, and they'll share even on my thing, they'll comment and go, hey, yeah, I've done this for my tenants and this and this. And I'm like, dude, we need to start telling people, like, without good landlords like us, right? The world is going to hate
Everybody knows about the landlords that own hundreds and thousands of properties.
Right.
They don't know about the smaller landlords like you guys that actually care about their tenant.
Yep.
I mean, you know, it's easier to keep a tenant that you have than to go find somebody else to rent this place.
Yep. Let's say. So yeah, I'd love to have him on about Charlie's Treasures and figure out what happened, because I mean, it exploded. It went all the way to what I couldn't say the highest, but like, I mean, he was really in there with the big dogs.
He was.
Then it's
And then it was
bankruptcy,
just gone.
right? Like, just
Mhm.
see ya. Yeah. So I'd love to have that update.
Our next episode was with Joe Spalding,
Sorry.
which we need to talk to Joe again. There's a lot of weird things going on out in Ottawa,
Oh my goodness. Dude.
and you're out there, so
my
you
county,
know.
yeah, my county,
All right.
my county. We'll have that episode coming up because I mean,
Yeah.
political year next year. So
Yep, and we love having Joe on because he has a lot of great ideas.
yeah, and I love getting Joe drinking and talking.
Yeah, he's fun. The debt ceiling, what is it and why should you care?
Yeah.
That was a fairly popular episode.
Well, I say,
What's funny is all these things I remember, so I was out a lot early last year.
You haven't been on the last 3 months.
Yeah.
But you'll remember a lot of these.
But you know, I said in the debt ceiling, right? We quickly talked because it was a huge thing. It was talking about going into a huge depression and if things didn't get improved because of what we got cut out. So go back, take a listen. I really enjoyed that episode.
Yeah, and we did 2 on the debt ceiling this last year,
Mhm.
and then we had 3 debt ceiling crises
Yeah.
for the year. So I mean, you know, it's always a hot topic, it seems, because somebody wants to play partisan politics with it all the time.
Mhm.
Mhm.
How do you deal with crippling debt?
Yep.
Which I thought was a great episode. I mean, you know, we talked about a lot of different things that you can do to try and pull yourself out of that.
Yep.
And again, a lot of people are going through that right now.
Oh gosh, and we did a lot of, you know, I say we'll talk about that, but like the episodes, you know, we did a lot of Reddit things.
Yeah.
You know, talking about specific not Dave Ramsey. You know how Dave Ramsey has callers. We just didn't have callers. We took
Yeah,
posters,
we just took posters.
and then we took our stuff. We commented the link and said, hey, we talked about this. And this is our advice, and we had quite a few people reach back out to
Yeah,
us.
they
saying,
did.
Hey, thanks, and it was really awesome. So I know you're going to hear quite a bit of those come up in this stuff.
So after that, we did our. We say this a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like Mikey all of a sudden.
Yeah,
One of our favorite
one of our-
episodes of the year, baseball episode 2023.
It is one of our
Hey,
favorite. See, and we had the
anytime you
brothers
get-
on.
We did. We had the twins
both
on.
Seawicks on site.
Yeah,
Yes.
which was really awesome. Like for us personally, like,
It is.
I do, like I didn't grow up with them as best friends, but I really like David Seawick. It's funny because it's not somebody I would normally be a friend with,
Uh-huh.
right? Like
Very educated.
very educated,
Mhm.
different sense of humor than what I right. Like he holds himself to think that a fart joke isn't funny. But then
Yeah.
you meet,
trust me.
you meet the guy and you're like, "Holy shit, you're smart and think this is funny."
Yes,
and it's like
he does
but
think
like-
they're
but
funny.
he comes off right as like this guy who's just
He's a
uh,
scholar and he's educated.
very much
He
right?
wrote a book.
Exactly, right? People I fucking like I know, right? Like I say fucking shit a lot. It's like
They're both used to that. Trust me.
right. I'm from like Trailer Park Boys, right? And he's over here and like, he's gonna wear a nice pea coat, look dapper in it and shit. And then I'm just like, huh. But no, he's like, and both guys are just amazing people. I really enjoyed getting to see them in person.
I'm really hoping that we do another baseball episode
course
this
we
year and that they can both come back
Yeah.
and maybe we can do lunch this time instead of them
Yeah,
having
hopefully
to be.
if they come back, their parents don't decide to just show up randomly.
Agreed.
And say, and parents first, but yeah, no, that is one of our. It's not necessarily for you guys out there, but it is because you get to learn about us. But it really that episode is meant for an in-house us. And
Yeah, there's a
Um,
little bit of money in that, but there's
yeah.
a whole lot of baseball and a whole lot
No, I
of fun.
think
a whole lot of
there's-
fun.
This year there could be a little more talk about money.
Oh, hey, we'll
There's
get
the
into
one
that in
that
the
deferred
baseball episode.
contract
Shohei
for-
Ohtani, baby, my fucking boy.
So after that, we had one of our mental health episodes, free floating hostility,
Yeah,
because Nick and I were pissed off.
it's funny because I don't remember being pissed. Dude, I'm
We
so,
were a lot.
I know, but I'm so pissed off right now. Like,
There you go.
all right, so we'll break this down just real quick.
Mhm.
Okay, you guys don't know, but I had a huge issue arrive. I had a tree take down my power pole at my apartment complex, right? And everything went fucking amazing on my end, right? I called my guy, he was there within 45 minutes. He told me it was gonna be an hour, so I was like, I'm gonna run home and grab my chainsaw. And then he was there within 30 minutes, and I was like, man, I'm 2 minutes. I was like, you told me an hour, so I ran home. But fire department was there. He's talking to my guy on the speakerphone as well. He's like, yep, I'm on my way. And like everybody's like, holy shit, this guy's handling things. And just I had power back on within 12 hours.
That's awesome.
12 fucking okay. Normally people take anywhere from a few days to a week to get
Well, I've
something
had-
like this.
I've had things like that happen in like a neighborhood before, and it's been the better part of like 4 days.
Right. And I got this on in 12 hours. Now, mind you, okay, so I just finished. So this was 2 days ago, whatever it is. Got my inspections all passed. And then I get over there today to look at a few things. My fucking front door to go into 4 of my units, doors off the fucking hinges. Somebody like kicked it in basically. And it's like, what the fuck? Like you people, you're really testing my nerves right now. Like how much more can I, so yeah, I'm quite annoyed, right? And here I'm posting all this about how I won't get a thank you. Yeah, you know what? I got a fucking more work, right?
Right.
So just frustrating. So yeah.
So we did our first marketing event.
We did.
Fire and Comic Con.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because and that's all thanks to you guys, everybody that's listening, everybody that joined us on TikTok during that time.
Yeah.
Because just before we had made the bet, like if we get what was it, 10,000,
I think it was 1,000.
1,000 likes, 1,000
Yeah.
shares, whatever it might be.
And literally
We'll
at
get a
that point,
table.
most of it was done, and I just clicking the like.
A lot of it was done, Mike.
But still, I mean, everything. Hey, everybody that joined played a contributing factor to it. So
We had a lot of fun at that.
we actually did. Yeah, and say
It was a
I
good time.
can't do it again this year, but it's okay. We'll find a different con to
I
do.
said maybe I would pay for the booth this time, and we would still do Bucks and Brews. We would
Yep.
do,
Yep.
whoever else wants to be, and maybe there'll be some Mad Men Mental Health swag.
There you go.
Shameless plug, our new podcast, Mike and mine, Mad Men Mental Health. We've got a couple episodes up.
Yeah, no, and that's good. I mean, say I just can't. So as you guys, the viewers know, I'm a coach. I just happen to have a tournament that whole entire day. So,
But I've learned I'm not actually an introvert anymore.
no shit.
Yeah.
Dude, Mike, you've never been an introvert to me, but I can see where you
But
think
I've only ever known you knowing Dave, and he brings it out of me.
Say,
I do rub off my introverted self onto everyone else, and they're like, "Fuck everybody, I don't want to talk to nobody."
say.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about because
You
once I
make
get
you make him feel
comfortable-
welcome.
I get comfortable around people, I'm just crazy.
Yeah, I say, and I can see. I mean,
He is the streaking one.
fact.
He also invented the naked dance.
I did invent
Say,
the naked dance.
I don't know if he invented it, but he definitely.
I invented my naked dance.
Yeah.
After the Byron Township Comic Con, we had one of our favorite guests. I'm going to say this a lot. Adam Keller,
Adam Keller.
the tent guy.
Adam Keller.
Real world side hustles.
Yes, this guy is amazing.
Mike bought his book.
Did you really, Mike? Could you
I did.
still want the
Got it
fucker
in my
signed.
bookshelf.
Yeah. So Adam, he's great. I'll be honest. The second episode, we wanted him to plug more.
Yeah.
We wanted more for him than he wanted for himself.
But I agree.
And we ended up talking a little bit of the same stuff and doing, but really, like, he's done so much. He's got
that Airbnb now.
Dude, his TikTok is fucking blowing up. He's gone to these conventions, he's done things, and I'm like, dude, tell me about this. Tell me what you're gonna set
You
up.
need to go to the Carolinas and hang out at his Airbnb.
No, he's in New York.
Yeah.
Upper
Wherever
New
he's
York.
at.
Yeah.
Still.
And but right, like I love talking to him. He's just filled with knowledge, and he's young like us, right?
If I had to bet, I would bet we have him on again this year.
I guarantee we will,
Yeah.
especially after he's getting the Airbnb up and he wanted.
Young like you.
What's that?
He's young like you.
No.
No, I think he's in his 40s.
Yeah, I think
But
honestly, I think he's
old like-
between
then
us.
he's
I
old
really
like
think
us.
I think he's like 38, 39.
I ruined Nick's day the other day, Mike. Right now,
Fuck you. God. And
Nick is older than Daniel Stern was in Home Alone as Marv.
Oh wow.
yeah. Yep. And so so just to let you guys know, we're doing
Makes
this
you feel better
podcast.
because she was older.
We're doing this podcast right now, and I'm going to Home Alone trivia.
I'm still on the fence about joining you, but I might.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be great. What time did it
When
start?
is Home Alone
7.
trivia?
Tres Gatos
When?
tonight.
Tonight.
Oh, yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, I told David I had to get on early so that way we could I have to get to trivia. Like, we weren't gonna have an episode this week, and then I could have had it last night because Courtney screwed her. She had an appointment that was late, and we were gonna go visit her grandfather. And then her appointment ran late, and so then we didn't end up going to see your grandfather. And I was going to take my daughter to the daddy-daughter dance, but we already had plans to go to her grandfather, which I've said 6 times now.
And you didn't go see your grandfather.
None of that happened, and so then we were at home, and I'm like, damn, I could have accomplished something with this unused time.
I kept working, so.
And then the problem is like, I love my wife, but she always gives me crap because she's like, oh, you'll do this unless you have a better you only want to hang out if you have this. And I was like, no, like, if you tell me this, you're my priority. But if you're not going to do something, yes, I want to go.
How many weeks in a row now have we been on Wednesdays?
Oh, it's been a lot.
Over a month.
Yeah, because, well, I say most of my games or whatever on Tuesdays and
I walked
Thursdays.
in tonight with the laptop and a 6-pack of beer.
Yeah.
And Dawn goes, "What are you doing here?"
Say,
I have a podcast. She goes, "I wouldn't know. You didn't put it on my calendar." Right, but we've been on Wednesday night every night for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah. Say, all right. So, Jameson. Ooh, stout edition. All right,
you're gonna bring some of that up, right?
I am going to bring some of it up.
that's a fantastic drink.
While I was at Rishi's, I bought.
I don't like Jameson.
I do.
Okay, so by
The orange one's really good.
no, it's shit. Shut the
it's
fuck
so
up.
Yeah, the orange one isn't good.
Thank you.
Love it.
Okay, so
You know what?
I
like
drank
the-
a whole fucking
I like
bottle
the
of that at Michael's
IPA
wedding.
edition too.
the what?
IPA edition.
Oh,
He likes
I
that,
haven't
yeah.
had that one. But I
have it
will
in my-
say,
I have it in my freezer right now.
Jameson, okay, it's fine. I'll drink it, okay? Because most bars don't have good Irish whiskey. So I'm a Tullymore guy. Like, and I'll give my father-in-law credit because he's the one that got me started on it. And I was like, oh, this is actually really good. And so then I've had, the 10, the 12, the 15 year, right? Like, I've had all of them. And there used to be an Irish pub we'd go to. And so that's my kind of a thing. It's not that I don't like Jameson. It's that I prefer Tullymore.
So while I was at Rishi's buying you beer,
Yeah.
I picked up a huge bottle of Tito's because I like Tito's.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the best value vodka there is.
I agree.
And Dawn goes, I don't know why you bought that. You can get Kirkland. It's so much cheaper. And I'm like, yeah, Kirkland's fine. That's the Costco brand.
Yeah, Kirkland's
It's
Grey Goose.
fine.
It's Kirkland and Grey Goose supposedly are the exact same company,
But
same thing.
I really like Tito's.
It's a little sweeter.
Tito's, for
yeah,
also
right?
being made in the United States, is actually brewed more like the European vodkas.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But you know, so if you gave me the choice, right, I would choose Tito's as well because it's a
Absolutely.
little sweeter and it's got like, you know, it's not a Russian vodka. It's not a Russian.
She's going to get food for Christmas tomorrow.
Okay.
And Meyer has Dr. Pepper 7-Up 2 liters on sale.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell her, get a couple. I would prefer Sprite.
Really?
Yeah, but I'll drink 7-Up.
Oh yeah.
So give me a couple 7-Ups so I
Wait,
can.
do you put
use-
Sprite and 7-Up in the same?
Yeah, they're the same fucking thing.
No.
Sprite's better, but they're the same.
Sprite
But
is
this at my
awesome.
house.
So you put what's that? Oh, good for you. Do you put now it's Starry? It used to be
Yeah, it's Sprite
Sierra
too.
Mist. Yeah. So I would agree, but like Sprite is superior, but like 7-Up.
Way better.
So I put 7-Up and Squirt together, but I do not put them in the lemon lime aspect, even though it's a lemon lime, because they're just one is like so citric
Squirt
acid.
is not lemon
Good.
lime.
Same thing.
Squirt is grapefruit.
Oh, is that what it
It is. So I'm going to tell her to pick up a 7-Up and a Squirt, and that way I can mix my Tito's
Okay.
for New Year, the day before New Year's Eve. Because we're having a big get together here.
Yeah, I actually forgot your gift.
That's okay.
I forgot it all last year, right? For like 6 months.
Yeah, you did.
Guys, I say everybody thinks that you know, it's funny because when you text me to tell me you need something done,
Yeah.
I mean,
You're right there.
it's fucking happening.
I mean, I texted you on Thursday. I'm like, hey, can you switch out these locks? And you're like, yep. And then the next day you're like, all right, I'm on my way.
Like 9 a.m. right?
Yeah.
Like it was just I wasn't doing it that night, and it was like, but then you know, it was just funny to me how if you say, hey, I need something, versus me having to personally want to do something, or
Yeah.
it's never like on priority list of things I want to do and things I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Like fuck, like if I tell you I'm going to build a table, that will happen 50 fucking years from now.
Right.
Okay. If you tell me you need fucking locks changed, I mean that's happening, right? If you tell me you need a tire changed, like I'm just fucking right there. Like there's, but if you need a tire changed and I need to clean the fucking dishwasher out, that dishwasher's never fucking getting done,
You're
right?
gonna do
Like
the tire.
never fucking, things I need to do never happen.
You know, it's funny because
So,
if you need something done or if I do something for you, both are
Yeah.
equally important
Yeah.
to me. I was so fucking excited when I bought you the beer.
oh dude, it's
And I like sent you a message. I'm like, hey, I got you some. And that was it. But the last 2 fucking days I've been sitting there going, man, I can't wait to see Nick because I'm gonna give him this fucking beer and he's gonna be so excited.
I'm getting a massage tomorrow. My
I
massage
might have to talk to you about your person, by the way.
my massage therapist she had surgery, and so
Yeah.
it's been 8 weeks or whatever,
Mhm.
12 weeks, I don't fucking know. And I love her to pieces, I do. But because it's for me, it's not a priority. It's not that she's not a priority, it's that it's not a priority for me. And so you know, we had it all set up. She told me, I want to say last week, and I scheduled for this week on tomorrow morning.
Mhm.
And it was supposed to be 9 a.m. It lasts for an hour. Emerson has fucking a school Christmas party, holiday party,
Right.
at 10. And so hey, 9 to 10, I can't make it in time. So I was like, hey, my daughter has a party, and I texted her early in the week, right? And I was like, hey, can I do earlier? And she's like, yep, how's 8? And I was like, great, I'll do 8 to 9, be able to drive over there, get all the stuff I need. I'm ready. And then she's like, hey, you can come early. And she texted me today. She's like, hey, just to let you know, just confirming tomorrow 8 a.m. Also, if you want I have 6:30, 7 o'clock, whatever you need, anything you want. And she, you know, she calls me sweetie. She's just such a fucking nice lady, right? Like, and she does this for stupid cheap. Okay, I don't want to tell
Yeah,
you guys.
because like I love my massage therapist, but I might have to switch to yours because
mine is 1/4 your price.
absolutely.
Yeah, and I tip her like well, but like tip her well for what the price is, not for what, you know,
She beats the shit out of you, right?
when I want her to.
Right.
Otherwise, she'll do it. Like it's gonna be kind of awkward tomorrow because like my lower back's hurting and like below the butt cheek and all
Yeah.
that, and so she's gonna get into places I need her to get into, and she'll be fine with it. But like, and then
Well, that's what they do.
she texted me at 12:30, right? And then she texted me at 4, which I'm coaching because I didn't answer her, because it's not a priority, right? Like
Right.
in my head, it's already there. I don't need to do anything else, right? And I'll get into another story about that. But like, she's like, hey, and I was like, yep, sorry. I'll be there. And then she's like, okay, I'll just count on you at 8. If you want to come earlier, that's fine. And I was like, yep. And I just said, hey, I'll explain everything. I have a lot going on right now. I just, it's not that you're not a priority. It's not you're not a priority. It's that my appointment isn't a priority.
Right.
My daughter is going to orthodontist.
Oh yeah.
Okay. These fucking people texted me a month ahead of time, like 2 weeks ahead of time, a week ahead of time, like the day 2-3 days before, the 2 days before, one day, the day of. And I'm like,
Constant.
I'm like, hey, did we talk? I put it in my phone, right? I'll fucking be here. Okay. And if I responded once saying yes, like,
you don't have to ask me 18 more times.
and she's like, well, we can either do it once or 50 times, or, like whatever the hell. And I was like,
once is great.
I was like, or she goes, no, it can be 0 or 50 times. And I was like, can you change the number? And she's like, yeah. I was like, good. My wife can have all of this, right? Like, because I don't need to be, if you watch me physically, and I get that most people aren't like this, but they're like, you would be surprised when people miss their appointment. And
Oh,
I was
totally.
like, this isn't fucking my life tells me what the fuck to do, when to do it. Okay. I look at my calendar, it goes off. I'm there, right? Like, you don't ever have to remind me. If I'm late, I will literally text you and say, hey, I'm fucking running behind. This is what I'm doing. It's not an excuse. It's literally just what's happening, right? And that if we didn't do this podcast right here because I had to go deal with rental stuff, I would just text you and say, hey, I have to go do this rental stuff. Yes, in my head, this is important, but that's importanter.
Yeah.
So, but right, like I don't need a million reminders, right? Like, and my favorite, do you want us to give you a card?
No.
What the fuck do I need a card for? Like, now you're just gonna get me yelled at because I'm gonna throw it on the counter and my wife's gonna get pissed if there's more trash there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you watch me put it in my phone? Then you're set, right? Like, my brother, he's really good at understanding me more now. And we exchanged Christmas gifts today. And he goes, hey, just let you know you're busy August 2nd. And I was like, no, I'm not. And he's like, yep, nope, we're going to a concert. And I was like, okay, like you're so now August 2nd for the rest of
It's
year.
in there and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, like nobody gets to fucking tell me any different at this point because nope, sorry, I already have a plan, right? And so that's just how my life works. Like, my life, this thing is my clock, and that's but it's funny because everybody's like, why do you care so much about your phone not being whatever? And I was like, it tells me what to do. My phone is more like my wife than my wife is like my wife, right? Like,
She'll forget shit. Your
right.
phone won't.
That's a fact. My phone will just say, hey, dumbass, fucking go, right? And
I can relate to that one because even with my ex, she would be like, she'll say, okay, I'm putting it on the calendar. And like, that for her is a literal physical calendar at her house.
Yeah.
And like 2 weeks later, she'll be like, when is that again? I'm like, didn't you put it up? No. I'm like, really?
No.
Yeah, I can't see my calendar. It's at home and I'm 18 other places.
Well, it's funny because like the more I talk to people, and if you were you're a little different, but like let's just say it's you, right? And you go, hey, let's go drinking on Friday in 2 weeks. I'd say okay. You would probably plan that we have Friday drinking. If I didn't put it in my phone, I'd be like, and I filled it with something else, I'd be like, hey man, I'm not fucking drinking. And so like now people that know me are like, hey, we're doing this, put it in your phone. Or hey, what's your schedule look like? They asked me that. They're, Friday. Oh, yeah, cool. All right. It's like this past Friday. He's like, hey, you want to go drinking? And I was like, I have bowling. I was like, wait, but that's not a priority. Let me see if I can get it off. And
we did that for golfing in the Whitecaps game.
100%.
And then we decided not to go to the Whitecaps game because it was raining. So we weren't drinking instead.
Which was fine.
But it was in everybody's phone.
Right. And
we knew.
Exactly. But if it's not in my phone, don't count on me to do it. Okay. And most people are starting
if it's not either in my work phone or my personal phone, I'm probably going to forget about it.
No, I say, and people are like, oh, I talked to you about it, whatever. And I was like, sure, I remember the conversation, but I didn't think you'd follow through because I'm so used to people flaking.
Yep.
And so now it's like, this doesn't get me to flake, right? This is a set thing. But I'm also on the reverse side. I'm an asshole. If I put it in my phone, if I say, hey, we're going drinking on Friday and you fucking bail on me, no, this is in my phone. You've taken up my life to do something. Like,
you better fucking show up.
Even if it's not drinking, even if like whatever. You asked me for my time. I was willing to give you my time. You better fucking be there. Like, if not, sure, there's things in your life that trump mine. Your mom, your whatever. But like, if it's, hey, I don't feel like going out tonight.
So and so had an accident. I can't make it tonight. Cool.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yep. Hey,
I forgot and I'm jerking off instead. Too bad.
not my fucking problem. Throw,
You
throw your
bet-
fucking pants
Yeah,
on.
you better get
catch
your ass
up.
over here.
And you better catch up.
Yep.
Right? Like whatever it is. So yeah, that because my time is so precious to me, and I think I'm just above. I mean, this is an arrogant. I'm above people when I think about my time.
Mhm.
Right. I actually learned how to value my time, and it took me years to do it, and it took me life lessons to get there.
You can make more money.
110%.
You cannot make more time.
Ever, right? And so if you get, and that it's funny because people, I didn't used to charge people for my time, right? Like when we talk about real estate, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and now I'm like, if you're above 20, if you're 21 or above, and you have the ability to buy drinks, or you're going to buy the drinks. I used to always just pick up the tab and do whatever. No, now,
No, fuck that.
now you're picking it up. You asked me for mine. I'm giving it to you. I have 2 kids that were doing some stuff for me, and I gave them Monday morning, and I was like, and they're like, yeah, 9 a.m., 9 a.m., 9 a.m. 10 a.m. rolls around. Like I finally hear, oh, I'm on my way. And I was like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, no. And they blew up my phone. And finally, like, I don't know. I was like, what? And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry about this morning. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't need excuses. I don't need anything. Right. Next time we schedule something, you better fucking do this. Like, this is a lesson really, really quickly. Right. And sure, they sent me a little card in the mail and stuff. And it was like, hey, thanks for everything. Blah, blah, blah. Like, they're trying. Don't get me wrong. Which, so I don't hold it, but like, yeah,
If we can't
I'm mad
make
about
this, if we can't make this,
that. Oh, we're texting each other.
immediately.
Yes.
Hey, I'm really sorry. Something came up. I
Yeah.
can't do tonight.
It's not last minute. Like
No.
it's only last minute if it's an emergency. Otherwise, it's hey, this is like because we are texting each
Yeah.
other. Like I'm texting you Sunday at fucking midnight or something. Like, hey man, I got this week, and you're
Yeah.
like, how's Tuesday? And I'm like, nope, can't. Wednesday. Let me ask Courtney. Courtney, Wednesday. Well, I want to do this, and I told you I was like, the only way I'm doing this is if we do it early
Nope.
because I have to do this 7 o'clock thing. And you're like, okay, fucking doing it early.
So speaking of early, let's hop back into
Yeah.
the actual
Oh
episode.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, because we got off.
Fine,
on a
yeah.
tangent. Yeah. So after Adam, we had the Silicon Valley bank failure and the Dodd-Frank Act.
You guys remember that?
I
Holy
do.
shit, the fucking bank closed.
Yeah, they shut that because they had no money.
Yeah, they went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Like that's like how
And then we talked about the Dodd-Frank Act
Yeah.
and how Trump weakened that.
we had a guest on that, correct?
No,
No. I thought we had maybe it's the next episode.
I was the expert on that one because I did a lot of research on the Dodd-Frank Act during school.
Okay.
After that one, we were interviewed.
We were
We had a lot of
podcast
fun
about
with that.
podcast.
Yes, I believe it was the Real Estate Underground, maybe.
Okay.
I know he wants to be back on, and he was great. We had a good time with him. After being interviewed, we did another thing that we love: scam calls and post-vacation updates. Now, Mike and I do love our scam calls, do we not, Mike?
You.
We will troll the scammers. Nick will take scam calls on air because we
Because
absolutely
I get the most.
yeah, and we absolutely love to fuck with those scammers. So the scam calls were great. And then I was coming back from vacation, so we talked about some of that stuff.
Yeah, I say sorry, I had to go wash my cup out because I changed from a barrel aged stout to a dry hop sour ale, and mixing those isn't fair. So
Oh,
Come to think of it, I don't think when we were interviewed was the real estate podcast because we that one's coming up here.
I say actually, yeah, because
Yeah, we got to get a hold of the guy that interviewed us though, because he does want to come back on.
the guy that interviewed
Yeah.
podcast, because we found out that most podcasts fail after 7 episodes.
I think it was less than that.
Okay, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I say it's just insane to me, and we've been on for 3 years.
We've been on
Plus.
for we're
Almost
going on
4
4 years.
Almost 4, yeah. I
Yeah,
say.
we have well over 100 episodes.
Mm. When we were on with him, it was 148 or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
So I mean, we could be pushing 200 by now.
Yeah. So now, yeah. Oh, wow. All
Which
right.
one's this one? The Brooklyn?
Yes, this is the Brooklyn. Okay.
Okay.
Wow, I'm so glad I rinsed my glass out.
This is a sour.
It is, but it's okay. So it is dry hopped, and
Mhm.
I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between dry hopped and not, but like it's a hoppy sour, which isn't something I normally have, like because you can't find it, right? Like
Right.
this is really fun. You'll hate it.
I will hate it.
Yeah.
because I hate dry and I hate hop.
Which means I'm loving it. Like, it was funny. So Adesanya and I, quick tangent. I was there drinking and I tried something and I just was like, oh fuck, this tastes like shit. Oh god, this is horrible. Let me get a bottle. And he's like, what? And I was like, oh dude, if I hate it that much, my wife will absolutely love it. And he goes, oh. And I was like, dude, it's nothing against you guys. I just like different things. And she goes, and they go, okay, great. So like everybody's like looking and they're like, and I was like, no, let me get a bottle. Like, this is really good for my wife.
Right.
Not good for me. So, but no, this is great. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Brooklyn brand Bel Air Sour. Where's it
Brooklyn
from?
Brewing is really good.
Really?
None of the ones I gave you were any. I thought I'd given you some of the dry hopped ones and what I had given you.
You gave me a lot of Gosa.
Oh, that's right. You got a lot of good. I've had
From
dry hop.
Utica, New York. Okay, so Brooklyn. All right.
I've had several Brooklyn Brewing beers. I've never had. Obviously, I usually drink lagers.
Yeah.
Or porters or stuff.
I might have to give them another shot. Like this is.
I'm glad you like it.
Wow. So all right, this is an unfair thing from me, just to let you guys know. So we went out and looked at Christmas lights because we talked about that on the episode.
Yeah.
I had hot chocolate and it was so hot it burnt the front part of my, like, I couldn't spit it out. But I burnt the tongue. Like, half of my tongue is burnt, so I don't get the flavors and the taste that I should have.
Right.
Just to let you guys know. Like if I'm eating hot sauce right now, I don't get the taste. Like normal people are like, I can feel it. Like I don't feel it. I can taste it in the back type of a thing, but I can't get all the. But this is doing
All the
really well.
nuances.
Yeah, this is getting really well. Like I'm really enjoying it. So
I'm glad you like it.
It's an unfair thing for people listening because I just have to be honest. Like my taste, but like again, the whole front of my tongue is fucking burnt. My wife, we let the tea kettle whistle for 2 minutes before she poured the water, and I have a Yeti cup, but I'm not used to Yeti cups.
Oh yeah, those things do not get cool.
Correct. Okay, so we were all the way through our thing, and it was still hot.
Oh yeah,
and I had my vent open, and it didn't help. Like, so, yeah, I was pissed. I was pissed because I burnt my tongue, and I was like, how? Like, why would you? My wife poured milk and all that into my daughters and stuff. Whatever the hell they did.
Just cool it down.
Yeah, mine didn't get anything because I didn't want any extra sugar and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Handful of marshmallows always.
Yeah, they put syrups in theirs. They put milk and creamers and things to have fun with theirs.
I've got a mug a lot like a Yeti. I mean, it's not a Yeti, but it's one of the off-brand Yetis.
Yeah.
But I use that now. I've moved. I usually do English breakfast teas in the morning as my caffeine. And what I usually do now is I'll usually let it cool like for at least a half hour after it steeps without the lid on. Because I'm like you, I'm not used to hot beverages, so putting on, drinking right after it's steeped is just way too hot for me.
Our next episode,
say sorry, we have to
was Noah Healy and the commodities algorithm.
What was the next episode? So, all right. You know what? Like, okay, the problem is
he started a podcast.
The problem is Noah. Okay. He
didn't want to get into specifics.
I don't want to compare him to David Seawick, but like, it's how I interpret David Seawick, right?
He didn't want to get into specifics. He was talking very.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm thinking a different one. This was a commodities guy.
Correct.
Yep.
He really was just going on and on about he has this algorithm, but nobody wants him to share this algorithm. And
that's right. Sorry, I was thinking the other guy, the old guy.
We'll get to him. Don't worry.
But Noah's was, it was like, okay, so Bucks and Brews, we're a no bullshit fucking podcast.
When we talk to you,
we're
going to ask you a question. You're going to give us an answer.
Yep.
And if you don't, we're going to get really fucking bored really fast.
Right. And okay, cool. Why don't you just tell us about you? And it's not you, it's us, right? Because we want no bullshit, right? We want our viewers to understand what everything is. And
so after Noah, we did the Real Estate Underground podcast.
Yes.
Which was a lot of fun because that's up your alley.
It was. And the guy was great.
Yeah, and he interviewed us a little bit. He does want to be back on. We need to talk to him again. After that, another mental health check. Why we hate ourselves.
Yeah, dude. We went through a rough beginning of the year.
We did. I was going through some stuff and hated
but that
myself.
was like almost mid-year at that point.
No, this was April.
What was it, April?
It was still pretty early.
Yeah.
After
I
that,
never listened to that one.
Nick went to C2E2.
I did.
So we talked about C2E2 and Tribs hopped on.
yeah, my
Because
first
we
real,
love Tribs.
my first real con.
Yeah. After that,
That
Nick
part, I
booked
think
this.
that part I jumped on for.
You
I was
did.
not on for you guys hating on yourselves. I would have been the voice of reason.
I mean, I hate myself every day, so you know.
You know what? Like
I
I'm
hate
starting.
you every day too.
I'm starting to
but
get back into loving myself.
That's
so,
good.
Because like again, I've set a goal and I've done determining, and
I think we should have Nick on the Mad Men Mental Health next
I
year.
think at some point we
Oh.
will.
hell yeah, let's do it.
So after that, we had Nick booked a guest.
That's a first.
Dollars with Drew.
Yeah, say fuck it. This is what TikTok pays off, baby.
He was great.
He was honestly.
We need to talk to him.
I
again.
haven't seen anything from his TikTok in a long
I
time.
have not either.
Okay, so I thought it was me. I
No,
was like,
I have not either. But again, he quit his job to literally just make videos on TikTok and
Yeah.
was not monetizing at that point.
had a baby coming, had a baby coming.
We need to check back in with
Yeah,
Drew.
I figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Like, and listen to that episode. We gave our opinions.
We did. He had a lot of good information. That was a popular episode.
It was.
After that, we went back to TikTok. Rachel, the Black millennial woman, from TikTok. We talked to her.
Yeah, that was a little. She was fine. She
Yeah.
has the understanding of what she's trying to do. She's again trying to be a. What do you call these things? Internet famous.
Yeah. Very transparent with
Yep.
the
So-
mistakes she's made.
Made a move, made things like got divorced, like did all this type of stuff. Yeah, so that was great.
After that, one of our favorite episodes, we talked about the Beer and Donut Fest.
Which was a great festival.
We had such a
Yeah.
good time.
You know how hard it is not.
that day.
It was a
what?
great day.
I got so drunk.
Yeah,
It was his birthday.
so I still wear my purple hat because
Yeah.
it's a FUL hat,
Yeah.
fuel.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like the beer brand or not, but I'm like, yeah, nobody said
It
anything about
wasn't
it.
beer.
It was like
No,
non-alcoholic.
Yeah, it's
that's
not alcoholic.
the
So I was like-
non-alcoholic
I was like-
brand.
I was like, I just wear it all the time, but and then but I have my beer and donut hat,
Yeah,
which I try to wear to like practice, and like I have to like throw it off, and
right.
kids would be like, "Why don't you have a hat on today?" And I was like,
I wore the wrong
I
hat.
forgot one, and I'm like, I never forget a hat, right? It's just
Right.
I have a rotation of hats. Okay, so like my wife cleans up after me because I'm a child, and I just pull a hat out of the bin, and then when
But you can't wear a beer hat to a school event.
to a high school thing,
Yeah.
right? Like, and it says beer and donuts, and I'm like, I can't just no. So like, I just take my hat off, and I'm like, I don't see you with a hat on. I'm
That
like,
was the mead that got me over the edge, because I don't know if you remember that, Nick, but
yeah, oh yeah,
stop
We had
that.
such a
It wasn't
good time.
Anastania, it was one of the other ones. It might have been Arctos.
Arctos, yeah, Arctos.
Where you
Was,
didn't like the one that they had, so you
Yep.
poured it into my glass cup,
Yep.
and I had already had like the 6-ounce pour of like the
The mic was
15%
fucked
mead.
up.
Mhm.
We
That
watched
was
the
the
Cubs,
plan.
We watched the Cubs game on the porch afterwards.
Yeah.
And ate Little Caesars.
and I had plans that day.
You did.
too,
It
like,
sucked. You had to leave before we did.
yeah, it was weird. Like, it was a great event, but like
People loved us. They kept giving us free beer.
everything,
coupons.
yeah, I
It
say,
was so insane.
and we
Then
couldn't.
we ended up at the end giving the donut token.
Yeah, the donut ones to people because we couldn't eat all the fucking donut
It
ones.
was
they
so
gave us.
full. Do you? I remember
Yeah,
being so full.
So
like,
full.
And granted, this was before my diet. I was fat as fuck, right? like, but
Well, even
So-
then, the drink ones work for anything non-alcoholic too. It
Yeah.
was just usually only one
Yeah.
for a non-alcoholic as opposed to two.
So after that, we did stock buy bets,
buyback.
buybacks, the debt ceiling and the economy with our new friend Scott Bennett.
Scott was great. Okay, again, I think Scott and David Seawick need to be on together.
They
and,
do.
and we just let them.
Oh,
talk.
they do.
Absolutely.
Like you and I just sit back and we're going.
I think we need to add Jim into that mix and we just sit there and watch the three of them
Again,
talk.
right, exactly. And so like that would be, or we have to, for the first time ever, we would actually come up with questions.
I think we
And-
need to do a remote in Chicago.
Jeopardy this bitch up, okay? Like let's come up with questions that they're all going to know the answers to.
Yeah.
But first one to just like raise their hand or something gets to answer that question, and like the other two guys are gonna be like they're gonna sit there because like they're so respectful. They're just gonna sit there and like shake because like they're like I want to answer this, but I really think we just go in order, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
What is the show on ESPN where the different sports commentators like talk about stuff?
Pardon the
Yeah,
interruption.
Pardon the interruption. Yeah, with the
No,
points.
not pardoning the other. This is where they actually get scored.
Yeah, the points.
I thought that was no. That's the one
The
with Wilbon.
PTI
isn't
is
it?
the one that Wilbon and
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wilbon and Kornheiser.
You're talking
It's,
about the four
yeah,
people.
I
in the
know what you're talking about. I don't know what the name of it is.
But yeah, they get points on their answers and stuff. Oh my god, we should do that. Okay,
We
I'm
totally should.
all about this.
the
And-
three of us can score them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this would be
Totally.
great.
After Scott, we had timeshare journey episode with Sonia.
Oh, yep.
I
Sorry,
remember
Because
that
she,
one.
she got into a timeshare and her parents got into a
and she
timeshare.
can't get out of her parents.
Couldn't get out of the parents one. So that was a very interesting episode.
So Bucks and Brews
It's been on
dove
before,
in.
hadn't
we did dive in.
We did
Hadn't
so
Scott
much.
Bennett been on before?
No,
That was the first Scott Bennett one. We've had him twice.
Yep. so
But I don't think I don't remember being on that episode, but I remembered Scott from other things. So I must
No,
have
that
been
was
on
the first time we had him.
I must have been on that episode. Maybe
I'm being a dad right now. Sorry.
No, you go ahead, be a dad. So yeah, we had Sonia on and we talked to her about things that we knew about timeshares.
Which was nothing.
But we learned so much in a later episode that we will get to in a
Yeah.
little bit. So after that, there was a networking event at Break Room Therapy,
There was.
and we met Sarah Barco.
We did.
And Nick goes, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow night?" And she goes, "I'm free." And Nick goes, "You want to be on our podcast?" And we talked about networking with Sarah.
Well, I brought two in.
You did.
Say
That was a fun episode.
she's a wealth of knowledge and a little
Are we
player.
going to do that little the 52 connection thing, or what are we doing?
Look again, if it's in my calendar, like it's a thing.
that that she does every year. She also invited us. to
I know,
something.
but,
did you,
like-
did you look at that? Because I did not.
David, if you asked me if I looked into something, the answer
The
is
answer
Yeah.
is no.
no, right? Like it's like you and I talking every week. I'm like, hey, did you see that TikTok video? No. Like
I feel like I need to be like kept in on these when you guys are scheduling things so that
You
can-
should.
But I don't want to limit you guys, especially with when you get into softball and you have limited availability. Nick has limited availability now. So the one day I do remember, I think it might have been, was it the one with trips where I literally left work at 2:30?
Yes,
yes. Because you
Yeah,
found
you-
out Trips was going to be on.
so but and Sarah, man, she's so we've
She's
now
great.
become friends on Facebook, and she doesn't post much, which I'm gonna give her a bunch of shit about.
I don't
Because
post much.
yeah, but you're not trying to grow a business on
That's true.
that
So
type of a thing,
I probably will start posting more in relative to Mad Men Mental Health because
which would be great. I
I don't
say,
expect I would ever be able to monetize it, but if I could monetize that,
Hey, Bucks and Brews have made 27 cents, okay? So and beer.
And beer.
But you know what? That's what matters to you guys.
It really is.
That sponsored beer might equivalent to a couple $100.
I know Sarah invited us to something. I cannot find it for the life of me. Either way, she was a great episode. She talked about the things that worked with Dawn's networking event, the things that she didn't like.
Yeah.
She had a lot of great information.
Oh yeah, she was a wealth of knowledge.
After that, a callback to a previous episode.
You're welcome.
What's in the debt ceiling deal and other tidbits.
Okay.
And then after that, a Nick episode, the housing market outlook.
Yeah, and if you go back and listen to that, I'm pretty sure I fucking nailed it.
And then after that, another Nick-centric episode. School board drama, Ottawa Impact.
Oh,
It's because Nick
yes.
went to his first ever school board meeting
And got really pissed off.
find that people are fucking psychotic.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
Yep.
After
I was
that,
for that.
a guest that I found.
A wonderful guest. I
Yep.
remember this.
Tap a few bartending service.
Who congratulations to them.
Yes. They're gonna bartend your 40th birthday.
Yeah, sure.
You told them.
Okay. If I said it,
It's not on your
It's not on my
calendar.
calendar, so
but-
it's not
Did they
true, but,
bartend one of my many? Okay,
But
Nick.
let's
This is
give
your
them
official on air in record, never lasting. You are, any day you want to come, you are invited to the Mike Benson Half Century Blowout Bash.
you
It's
let me know when
happening
this is.
anytime between May 1st and May 12th.
Okay. I will make this happen. Sorry,
Exactly what activity on which days is still yet to be determined. But
May 1st through May 12th.
I mean, we were supposed to be going to England this coming summer, but none of us have the money to do that
no,
yet.
none of us have to- maybe by the time we're 50,
Especially because we have to pay
by
for
the time you're
Wally.
getting to 50.
I could April, May. I will put you have to send me something because I can't. You have to pick a specific day.
So
So there's literally
but-
going to be something.
No, go ahead.
That's where you pick what day you want to come. 'Cause there's going to
Yeah.
be something probably every day.
But I will say real quick on what was the episode?
tap a few.
Tap a few. Oh, congrats to them.
Yeah.
And I say that because they just had a new child.
They did.
So congrats to them. And
Another baby girl.
Yep, I wish the best for them and another softball player in this world.
Yes,
So-
absolutely. So after that, we did something that we never do, a mental health episode.
No, not us.
After the mental health episode, a call back to Sonia, and the timeshare episode, we had Brian from the timeshare users group on.
That's right, because Bucks and Brews goes out and digs deep for the answers.
We definitely do. Nick and I said a total of 12 words this entire episode.
Holy fuck.
Brian talked the entire time. We couldn't even ask questions.
Which for the first time ever, okay, so we have another episode like that, which we'll talk
Yeah.
about, but was okay with us.
Yeah, it was okay.
because
He has
this
so
guy,
much information.
like, it was just knowledge upon knowledge upon knowledge upon knowledge. And he's like, I'm second generation. Like, he isn't a kid that was handed something. He's a kid that learned and then was handed, right?
Yes.
Like, and this, if you guys are not using Tug, timeshare user group, right? Like, to figure out how to get out of your timeshare, to figure out how to rent your timeshare, to figure out how to do this. Like, if my dumbass can get on the Tug and look
to
at things.
find a great deal
Yes.
just on a week at somebody's timeshare.
Yes. So Tug, I will give him another shout out. Like, that was huge. I absolutely loved having, and for the first time ever, we didn't mind not speaking.
Yeah, we were great.
Because we love to speak.
Yeah.
As you guys know, but like, this was such an informative episode. And we looked at each other and we're like, fuck, we didn't say much. Like,
No, we really did.
we just said, hey, tell us about it. And he just went.
He talked for like an hour and a half, and we were like, well, okay, well, that was a great episode.
Welcome back to Bucks and Brews 6. Nick, what are you drinking? And then whatever my beer, like, we probably said 25 words.
Yeah, it
right?
was not a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
subscribe,
great.
share, tell your friends, tell your family.
Yeah.
Right, I don't even know if we started it then.
I don't know
I didn't
if
do
we
it
did.
today, that's for sure. As you know, guys,
You add
if
to
you're
the
still
task.
listening to us, please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. Thanks, Mike, for this is why we need the eye candy.
Yeah.
on.
After that, we talked about why can I not cancel this service and other random thoughts we had.
Yep.
Then Starfish Perks interview with a former boss of mine.
The MLM,
Yes.
which I still have a book that's in the back seat somewhere.
Mine's right here.
It might have been.
Have
I
you read it?
remember the back and forth about what the starfish was all about.
That was fun.
chocolate starfish and hot dog flavored water. That's right, Limp Biscuit. I'm
We-
throwing you guys out there.
We just kept sending pictures of starfish. back
We
and forth.
sure did. But
Or
I will say, so like,
or NSFW things that
Where that?
line as starfish.
yeah, I say, I like what they're passionate about it. They're doing well. Good for them. I want to have him on to call to see if he's quit or retired or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's funny because I'm a sucker for multi-level marketing, but I don't buy in because I know what it leads to.
Yeah,
right? Like,
it's just not feasible.
I'd rather commit my life to my business. And granted, I get that that's my business, but like something different than an MLM.
You can make a lot of money in multi-level marketing,
You can.
If
but
you're
less than
early-
1%.
If you're early in
Yeah.
the multi-level marketing.
Yep.
Like if you've gotten into Amway in like the 1970s, sure, you'd probably be a multimillionaire at this point if you actually worked the system and got people.
Yeah.
underneath.
So after Starfish, one of our all-time favorite guests, Jessie DeSilva, the Millennial Money Witch.
Yep.
She had a book coming out.
And she did not hit us up that she was in Lowell.
Was she in Lowell?
No, not yet.
I don't think she has been yet. She's doing a whole bunch of speaking engagements now, making a bunch of money speaking. And then she has a class that she's doing on how to make money in speaking engagements. I
Yeah.
keep sending that to Dawn.
And she still hasn't told me that like I'm attractive, right? Which kind of bothers me.
You're a little bummed.
Yeah, I say because I just need that self-esteem
I
boost.
don't think she's old enough for you.
No, God, no, nowhere near.
I mean, she's your age is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I say, but
Like
like,
she needs to put on 30 years to be old enough.
yeah, but like, I say she's a fantastic woman.
I love her to death. She's great.
like, it's funny because, she
You
sent
ever
us,
get your,
she sent us
did you ever
beer.
get- Did you ever get your dick rated, Dick?
No, that was a different girl.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, did he ever get that done?
Your dick rating.
No, sir.
Did you ever get to rate anybody's dick?
No. I have not, but I think, was that this year?
No, that was last year.
What? Let's say
I still think we should check in with her and see how it's going.
we should, because I want to know if
Yeah,
one
I
year
want-
makes a difference.
I want to know if she's doing better now with the OnlyFans. After Jesse, we talked about U.S. politics. Are we screwed? The consensus was yes, we're screwed.
We're screwed until they send the entire Washington D.C. to the moon.
Yeah,
All right, can I? Because I'm being a dad right now.
sure.
What was Emerson's like favorite stuff that she wanted to do on the boat?
I don't know. She went to the kids area a lot. She wanted to do karaoke.
What
Cool.
else?
Trivia?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we doing tonight?
Trivia?
Guess who doesn't like trivia right now?
Emerson.
Yep.
So you're not doing it now?
Oh fuck it, we're doing it
Oh, okay.
now. It's whether she's coming or not. But she loves Home Alone. She's with my in-laws right now, and so that's the problem. And I'm like, you're fucking bringing this kid. Like, she's gonna have more knowledge than you, me, and Courtney combined in this stupid movie. I love the movie, I do, but yeah, it's but yeah, so I'm
Is
really
it
annoyed.
Strictly going to be Home Alone, or are they going to get
Yeah.
into like Home Alone 2 and stuff like
See,
that?
I think it's gonna be Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2. There might be 3 and 4, which I've never seen.
I've never seen any of that.
So
After that,
I couldn't even remember most of it, but it is a Christmas movie. I don't care what there are all those people who are like the people who say Die Hard isn't a
What do you
Christmas
think?
movie. Is that the IPA?
Oh.
One of the IPAs?
Moab.
no, this is the raspberry
Okay.
sour. Boy,
You-
is it
You
sour.
wouldn't like. You would not like that.
Really?
What do you think, Mike? Or Nick?
I didn't think it was sour. And maybe it's because of the burnt taste buds. All I taste
Is raspberry?
is none. Zero.
Ginger?
All ginger.
That tastes the
And I
raspberry.
could.
Do you really?
depending
I
on-
do.
Depending on where you are, I could see that because ginger is going to hit more of the spice side.
Yeah, like
Where you're not gonna-
all of the front part of my
you're not going
tongue.
to get the sweet and you're not going to get the sour, depending on where
Yeah.
you try.
Which again, so I don't get the spicy, right? I get some flavor, but like all this is to me is like it literally felt like I Thai or Indian food. Okay. So or sorry, Japanese food, right? Like ginger. Like this is
Yeah.
I should have waited maybe
Yeah.
because like this
That one
is
would
the
have probably
fair
been a better one until you could actually taste. all
right
the
taste
food.
because like I get no flavor of raspberry.
Oh, I totally got raspberry.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Totally got raspberry.
Maybe I missed it, but like
Well, you can tell he got the sour because of the face he's making.
Oh, yeah, I get the raspberry. I can get the ginger too, but I get the raspberry.
all I get is ginger.
Yeah.
Like it is.
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all if it's because of your taste buds being messed up.
They're like that. I switched around. I tried, and it's funny because like I got like a mix of who knows, and then just ginger, and then it went up the nasal cavity,
Oh, yeah.
and it's coming, and it's like okay, like now the ginger
So
is
that'll
just
be
growing.
the,
The ginger,
that'll be
the
the
ginger,
one
the
that
ginger,
will
the
get you the
ginger.
most from an olfactory.
Oh God, yes. Like if you
There is a reason why I love really strong ginger beers, and it's
Yeah.
because of
well, it's funny because like if you told me there was raspberry in here, I'd tell you you're a bull face. If we did a
Don't worry,
blank taste
don't
test,
worry. I'm gonna make Jackass next to you go and buy me a few of those.
Oh, I have no problem going to Rishi's.
I like I don't regret,
'Cause
but
that
like
sounds
I probably go to the
incredible to
Mint
me.
next.
Yeah.
We have to hurry this up because we have
We do.
13 minutes till we leave.
So then we had another favorite new guest, Preston Callahan
Preston fucking Kalen,
from Callahan Auto.
which I'm gonna call him out right here, right now. We sent him a shirt.
Yeah, we're waiting on his.
He said he was sending them. Did he not send them yet?
He has not sent them yet because they were
Okay.
getting made still.
Ah, okay.
They were working on the
I'll give-
logo and
I'll give
stuff.
him credit, but
That
Preston
almost
was an
sounds like
amazing.
the beer trivia game that we never got.
That wasn't last year.
Nobody knows about that
I'm well
episode.
aware that wasn't last year.
Nobody knows about that episode. It never aired.
Yeah, we did not release that
That's-
because that
okay.
guy was fucked up.
Bucks and Brews is we don't hide anything from anybody. We have one episode that we have never aired,
and never can.
and
So
it's out
that
of
would be
respect.
bad.
It's out of respect for the person that joined us.
Because he was hammered.
He was very nervous. I give him credit for, because most people don't want to be on, they don't want to do this. Like,
Is that
he-
really
it was-
honestly in respect of him, or is it more in respect to your fans?
it
You would
was
probably think if you had just jumped the shark at that point.
yeah, it was so it just wasn't fair.
It wasn't a
and
good representation of what we do.
of anything for anybody, right? And we've
So it very
offered to
well
have
may
him
be a
back on to
very
try
good
again.
representation of that particular guy.
He literally ghosted us.
And but guys, like we try to give you the truth, but like if we get there was about 2 seconds about his game, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Okay, like guys, it's nothing against you guys, it's nothing against us. It's you know what, we've run into it once, but like we've run into some where they're like, hey, 50-50, but we still post them to you guys because somebody else might understand how they're coming across. This one was just not, it just wasn't right. Like it'd be like interviewing me on a Friday night after bowling.
So let's get back to Preston.
Let's do it.
'Cause we
Preston
gotta go fast.
was amazing.
He was amazing.
I can't wait to go to Arizona and meet the guy.
I'm thinking about going out there for my free ticket that I got this year.
I could be your
Ooh, look
I
at
could be your
you.
free second. I could be your free second.
So
I'll let you know.
after Preston, we
You gotta
did
take
U.S.
Gee.
housing and foreclosures.
Yep.
Where's
Again,
White?
another. There was a lot of housing stuff this
We
year
did.
because it's, and I love talking about it, right? Which everybody knows I love to talk. I love to interrupt. I love to do things, but and again, go listen to that, right? Because the things I'm going to tell you, the things, again, it's all my opinion, and I'm wrong here and there, but like I'm very within realm and close.
Unfortunately, it's literally going to turn into another, like, it's so close to being another 2008, 2009.
But let's be honest, and so we'll talk about this in another episode if you'd like, 2008, 2009. But interest rates just dropped to 6.5%,
And they're going to drop a couple, 3 times this coming year.
we were at 8,
Yeah.
right? And so I think and I'll give the federal government credit, and we'll talk about this in an episode. I'll give them credit. They just slowed us down from going too deep.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they would have raised it versus dropping it, we would have been fucked. But
They could have dropped it sooner, honestly.
yeah, but like go into the episodes, and I'll and you'll hear all my stuff. Go back and listen to the real estate things. I don't pride myself on a lot. I'm not a pompous guy, but like this is the thing I know, love, and adore, right? And
Mhm.
so go listen. You guys will get a wealth of knowledge.
So after that,
And
the
I'm sorry I tried this beer.
episode you thought we talked about earlier when we talked about Noah,
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Weber and AIM stock options.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
He also did not stop talking.
So okay. So Jeff Weber. All right. We posted the episode. It goes back to the same thing.
Yeah.
We posted the episode because it might be knowledge for people. David and I, we agree. We might be just too stupid to not understand.
I don't think I'm that dumb.
We don't think so, but
But he was so over our heads, and it was like, all right, well, but how do you do this? And it never really got to an answer
correct for us.
for us.
But somebody else might go,
and,
"Yep,
and
I get
maybe
it,"
somebody understand. I mean, it was a fairly popular episode. That's probably our most popular episode this year.
which is huge.
But at the same time, I don't know what he was talking about.
You and I walked out of here. I remember that.
Yeah.
We walked out of here and we're
Like
like,
we talked for like 20 or 30 minutes in the parking lot going, I don't know what the fuck he was talking
right,
about.
like how, why, what? And so we knew when David and I have to ask,
Mhm.
was it good? We say, hey, yes, we like it. No, we don't. But like, we both agreed that there's people out there that will understand this.
Somebody will understand this.
It's just not us. And
Yeah.
we didn't ask stupidly enough for a stupid answer, right?
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it.
We need to, like, because we like to
We
dumb-
really needed to dumb it down more.
we do because when it's things we really know nothing about,
Yeah.
we need the we need the we need the Bucks and Brews answer, right? We need this. But like people really, and this guy's been doing it for 50 years, right? If I talk to you about bowling, I can go way over your
Yeah.
head, right? Like just and you'll go, okay. You know, bowling sorry, tangent, bowling Monday, I had a ball react the way it shouldn't, right? And I looked at the people that I was bowling against and I was like, that ball's not supposed to do that. And they're like, yeah, but it struck. And I was like, that's not how it's supposed to work, right?
Mhm.
And they're like, and so I was like, okay, I'm talking to people that they only see what happens.
Just
They
because
see
it works
results.
doesn't mean it's supposed to work.
Correct, right? They only seen results. They didn't see what I seen. And so,
like somebody in regards to softball.
yep, exactly, right? Like,
You can hit a ball out of the ballpark. It doesn't mean
it
that
should have.
it should have gone out of the ballpark.
Right, like you say, you have a chance that you
Or be with like math and science.
Yep.
exactly. So, guys, and that was really a popular episode. It just didn't hit us.
It was not our best work.
Yep.
'Cause-
Well, because we couldn't talk.
yeah,
but-
we didn't really know. I mean, we couldn't challenge him on anything because it was so above us.
Yeah, and I give him so much credit in the sense I would like to. It's funny because what made us laugh is we're an hour and a half in, and he
Yeah.
goes, "Hey guys, why don't you ask me some questions?" And we're like,
Dude, you haven't stopped talking.
right, and so like all of a sudden I was like, "Okay, hey, what about this?" And it was like, "Holy shit, dude! Like, wait, you I think you just overloaded our brain because
Yeah.
we don't know about that stuff." So it's one episode I'd like to go back and re-listen to see if I can understand.
So after that, we
Yeah.
had Scott back with "Why is everything Reagan's fault?"
Reagan's that's right. We did have Scott back. Yep.
And
Which is
that one, I remember
We
that.
do.
Yep.
Then we did one of our new favorite things. We went on Reddit and read questions that people had and answered them.
that is one of our new favorite things to do.
It is. We have a lot of fun doing that. And then after that, we had Jim Lee for Formosa Investing. And we talked
The
about
syndicator.
syndication, yeah.
Yep.
Which
And-
Nick had many thoughts on.
I do. And so guys, out of respect, I don't give my opinion to the person about things. I did say I'm not a syndicator. I don't like syndication. I understand what it's used for and what it comes, but if you're only making 1% and telling everybody you own 400 units, no, you own 4 units, right? Like
Right.
one, I can do math, right? Like, my
1% of 400.
my brain can math. I don't agree with these people that say, hey, I own 10,000 and you own 1%, right? Like you own 100, which is still really good, but it's just not where it is, right?
Full disclosure.
Right.
So after that, we did another Reddit episode.
Yeah.
And then
Because
we
we love the other one so
we
much.
did several Reddit episodes at the end of the year here.
Yep.
Then we talked about how to interview because we've never discussed
Yeah,
that.
that was a viewer question.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine was like, hey, you should do an episode on this. And we're like, great. And I send me that and I'll send him the link. But yeah, no, I think I already did. But yeah.
And then we talked to Rebecca Thomas, who's a life coach, and we interviewed her. Nick's thinking very hard.
Looks lost.
yeah, so I have to figure out say she's not somebody we knew.
We did not know her. It was somebody Dawn knew
That's right.
that was
Okay, yeah,
looking
yeah.
to have people either on her podcast or on other people's podcasts.
That's right. Yep.
And we were going to talk about some of the mental issues with debt.
Yep.
And literally we didn't discuss any of it.
Not a single bit of it, but
After that, we did more life updates because a lot of shit was going on.
she's the one that goes for walks with people.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rebecca. But yeah, I say life updates because again, this is Bucks and Brews. We do this to give you guys knowledge, but
Yeah.
we also want you to understand we're normal people.
Correct. Then we talked Dave Ramsey and the housing market outlook.
Fucking Dave.
Yeah.
Let's say.
I
Then-
know somebody from work who's trying to follow the Dave Ramsey plan, and I'm like, no, let me hook you up
Nope,
with my
nope.
friends. Do something stupid.
Okay, so here's my opinion. And this
Funny
is
part is it's a single woman.
we have
Just
Should
even
be-
more reason to not do Dave Ramsey.
Yeah. Nick's reading the messages now.
my kids being a pain in the ass. Sorry. All right, so
I mean, you're a pain in the ass. So why? shouldn't
you know,
say that?
it's funny because if you ask, yes, send them to us, but have specific questions.
Yeah.
But we agree that Dave Ramsey works.
It works.
Okay, so that's all that matters. If your person's following it, fucking follow it. Okay.
It's just the wish.com version
Exactly. If you want to be
finance.
bigger and better, follow Bucks and Brews, right?
Correct.
If you only want the basics in life, go for Dave. If you want fucking how to live your life and be a decent human being, come follow us. Right. So
Then we talked about a favorite thing this time of year, holiday savings.
Yep. And that was a great episode. And I lived what I said, right?
You did.
Because again, like guys, you guys think Nick's, you either A, think that we're two stupid fucking guys that are broke as shit that just talk about money, or you think that we're the richest people in the world. Either way. But the fact is like at this moment in December, I'm broke as fuck. Okay. I've done 30 something $1,000 in repairs in the past month and a half. I'm broke. Okay. For December. Oh, I have money, but like I'm fucking broke. So yes, we followed a trail. I shared it on Facebook. Hey, this is the trail. We stopped at 10, 12 houses, whatever it is, turned on music, watched people's Christmas lights that they put up. It was an awesome time. So I took the advice that I gave and we went and did that. So we loved the holiday episode.
I also took our advice,
Yeah.
Tailoring things towards what somebody might like.
Yep. Oh God, yes. I say it was. Thank you. Yes. The only problem is I just feel really bad about this because I'm gonna.
You're not a huge fan of that one because you can't taste it well enough.
I just taste ginger.
Yeah.
Like,
then we're gonna buy him more.
and I'm hoping
When
my
his
tongue's.
taste buds have recovered.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's better. But like I
But I sit there and
literally
I've got
just hit
grief
ginger.
the last few days. I've told people like, "Oh, what do you?" I'm like, honestly, I don't have a lot. I'm getting my kids because they wanted so much through the year that I'm like, you do realize this is like birthday and Christmas and all that
Yep.
rolled into one. Because if you're wanting this and not wanting to pay part of it or all of it yourself, that's what it is. And people are like, why would you do that? I'm like, that's what you got to do.
There are
Like, you gotta
choices to
show your
make.
kids
Mhm.
that, especially when they're my kids' age, that there's a level to be like, if you want something now, you've got to sacrifice something later.
So the last episode of the year was Reddit questions,
It was.
which I need to go post those in our specific threads. I have not done that yet.
Yep.
But again, we love answering the Reddit questions because I mean there's a wealth of questions out there and we can just throw our opinions on it. So we have a lot of fun with that. Nick, favorite episode?
I really enjoyed the Adam and the Callahan episode. So those are both right up there. I guess I have to give it to Callahan because Adam just, it's funny because we wanted more for him than he wanted for himself. But like, I will give him credit. But like, I really enjoyed learning about something, my dad was an auto body tech.
Yeah.
Granted, I'll talk to my dad, but like, it's something I knew, and like the way he grew and developed, and now he's into fire stuff, and we're gonna the ability to have him on for longer, bigger, and where his mind's headed because it helped you with the idea of how to grow break room therapy. Let's expand. Let's do these things. So I really thought, okay, as the entrepreneur of a person that's just grinding the fuck out of it, doing the things, that was an episode that you needed to do.
I love Preston. I love Scott.
Yeah,
Scott was great.
Scott, it was great.
That was my favorite.
We
I
had
didn't get in a
some,
lot this year relative to other years, though.
we had some really good guests. I'd say those were my two favorites.
It's funny because I really thought we had a food truck on this year. We didn't.
It was last year. It was the end of last
let's
year.
say.
Yeah. Cheesy, being cheesy or getting
Yeah.
cheesy or something
say.
cheesy.
Yeah. Let's say, and but no, like just because like I love the entrepreneur of it, right? Like that one, God, that one really got to me and it made me start grinding again,
Yeah.
right? Because like we all go through this. Let's go, baby. And then sorry.
Nick's still trying to figure out trivia tonight.
Yeah, no, my kid's being an ass.
Might
But-
just be you two going.
And then say it's not that I don't have a least favorite episode this year,
I don't either.
but I will tell you one that I was stupid on, right? Which was the commodities one, right? Like,
Commodities.
commodities, yeah. Say and I felt dumb. I have felt dumb before, but like
I think more so the AIM one with Jeff.
yeah,
Because even with the commodities one, I mean, he kept talking about he has this algorithm
Yeah.
and it's patented, but the patent's been denied 3 times, so it's not patented.
right.
I mean, we kept going back and forth on that. So I mean, even with that, it was like, I don't know.
That one
Makes you
bugged me.
wonder what he actually.
That one reminded me of the guy who was in logistics from a few
Yeah.
years ago, right? It was like just fucking tell me who and what. Like I asked you if you signed a non-compete, you said no, and you're not going to give me the fucking names. Like,
Yep.
nah, I'm out, bro. So, I think this year went really well. We had a lot of diversity in this year, which was great. We are, as always, looking for ideas. So what do you want? What do you want to see?
What do you want to know about? What questions can we answer?
Yeah.
Mike, did you like what you drank?
The mead was good, not amongst the best I've had. I only drank the one. I have two more. I'm going to bring them up. One can definitely go to Nick. If Nick doesn't like it overly much, then we'll figure out somebody else to drink the other one. I already knew I liked the Scotch and the Irish whiskey because I've had those before. But I will definitely bring those up as well for you to get a chance to enjoy either on Christmas Day or the day before New Year's or New Year's Eve or whatever it might be, since I'll be there like 3 times in a week.
Yeah. This after dinner mint from outside was fucking delicious.
I'll have it next week. You know what? I'm
Focus on the first two.
I'm gonna give a tie. Okay. So like again, so they're completely different proponents and taste buds. The whiskey, so Boulevard Whiskey Barrel Stout, barrel aged, was still fantastic. It is great. Like you can taste it all.
And you've had that one before.
I have, yes. But this was a fantastic dry hop sour ale from Brooklyn Bel Air Sour, Brooklyn brand Bel Air Sour. I could taste what I needed to taste. It hits back in the back of the tongue, and maybe that's the problem is everything hits back here, and that's why the ginger will hit back there. Like you know what, Moab, like we did
the ginger will overcome any sour that's there.
We did it last year with Moab, and I gave them so much credit because of what they had. If I went to the mint, I would just taste full mint and have the creaminess of the you said this was it would hit, it'd be fine on the whole entire palate. This I just didn't give a fair shot, and I'm sorry for that, but like thank you for the beers.
Absolutely.
Guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed our year in review. Now you know some episodes that we've done. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family, and we look forward to what beers are coming for the next year.
We do. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy New Year, because we will not be back until after the New Year. Nick's looking strangely. You're gone next week.
Oh, fuck, I am.
You're gone next week, so we will not be back until after the New Year. So thank you so much for joining us this year. We had a great time drinking and talking to all of you.
Cheers.
And we hope for more next year.
Cheers.
You've dialed in
To Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these
because
stuff.
they know the brews.
And they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, cause shit's not funny.
And save yourself some
Beer money, bucks,
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
brews.
and brews.
brews.
Bucks and brews.